Ward, and joining me in the studio now is Scott Jackson, Executive Director of Shakespeare at Notre Dame, a world-renowned program that celebrates the power, imagination, excitement, and challenge of Shakespeare's works, both on the page and on the stage. Welcome to Notre Dame Day, Scott.
Thank you.
And with Scott today is Guillermo Alonso, and you're a senior FTT major, which was my major as well during my time at Notre Dame. And you actually are on the stage for most of this.
Yes, that is correct. This summer I'll be part of the Young Company, which is the branch of the Notre Dame Shakespeare Festival that goes out into the community and puts on these shows at parks or these other locations that are normally not used to seeing Shakespeare, especially outside.
And what have been the challenges for you as the actor to get into character, that type thing?
Yeah, you know, after reading Shakespeare in high school, to me Shakespeare was this like super academic thing where we read it and try to analyze it. And once I started doing it from the acting perspective, I realized that like these are very beautifully human characters that you get to play, and they're very complex. And then just the idea of playing them outside and making them accessible to people, I think it motivates me more to try and, you know, to work with this beautiful text and the language and try to make it so that people can understand it and forget all those things that you're taught in school about what Shakespeare is.
And Scott, what would you like to say about the program and what it means to work with students like Guillermo on these old texts that we're making relevant to today?
Absolutely. Well, the history of Shakespeare here at Notre Dame goes back over 150 years to the height of the Civil War. In 1864, there was a production of Henry IV that was staged, and since then, student productions have been a major part of the undergraduate experience here at Notre Dame. And then the modern history of that comes to us about 2000, when the Notre Dame Shakespeare Festival was founded, and actors from the London stage took up residency as the American base here at Notre Dame. And since then, we've combined those two major producing organizations into an internationally respected producing organization, and that's allowed us to then spill over and bridge the divide between the performance world and academia. So we also have a lot of programs that really focus on Shakespeare on the page, as well as, like Guillermo was saying, on the stage as well.
And you mentioned bridging the gap. Is there any challenges in teaching Shakespeare?
Oh, sure, absolutely. Well, there's what I call the sophomore jinx when we were sophomores in high school, and we were made to sit in our literature class and just kind of read this script that had no relevance to our lives for hours and hours. And for a lot of people, that turns them off to Shakespeare for the rest of their lives. And so one of our priorities is to actually counter that education with engaging them directly in the words of Shakespeare so that they become personal to each individual, because that's what makes Shakespeare relevant after 450 years. It's the way that his characters are grappling with complex human situations that we can all relate to, whether it's themes of revenge, and jealousy, betrayal, or absolute happiness. You know, it's not all doom and gloom in Shakespeare.
Yes.
There's a lot of fun as well.
And some love as well, of course.
A bit of love. Yeah, absolutely.
And what is your favorite Shakespeare play?
My favorite Shakespeare play, I love Hamlet, but as I start to get older, I'm really getting fond of King Lear as well.
Okay. All right, and Guillermo, your favorite character, you said it earlier, a really nice phrase, how beautifully human Shakespeare's characters are. I love that phrase. What has been your favorite character to play?
To play, I would say Poins. It was this guy who just really didn't care about what society thought was right, what was wrong. He just did what he felt he had to do in order to survive, you know? Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you both, gentlemen, for being here, joining us on this celebration of Notre Dame. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.